Hello everyone, I am here to introduce the topic laissez-faire. Laissez-faire is an economic theory developed in the 18th century that opposes any government intervention in business affairs. Laissez-faire advocates that when governments are involved in business and market, then economic success is inhibited. Later, free market economists built on the idea of laissez-faire as a path to economic prosperity, and the detractors criticize it for promoting inequality. They argue that markets do need a certain degree of government regulations and intervention, whereas the laissez-faire economists argue that there is no need for business and industrial affairs to be complicated by government intervention. As a result, they oppose any sort of federal involvement in the economy, which include any type of legislation or minimum wages, trade restrictions, and cooperative taxes. They in fact see taxes as a penalty for production. Thank you.
Hello everyone, let's move on to absolute advantage theory. This theory is an old theory which is found on 1776 by Adam Smith and recorded on the book Wealth of Nations. Absolute advantage theory states that when an individual company or a country is producing to the best of the ability, that is more efficient than their competitors. It is also known as Adam Smith theory of international trade. Countries should specialize in the production of goods for which they have an absolute advantage and trade these goods for the goods produced by other countries. The theory assumes that absolute advantage of a commodity happens when two countries produce two different goods with two different production costs, then the country should specialize in the commodity which has lower cost of production. Absolute advantage theory has mainly two assumptions. Let's consider two countries and two goods. Here, the only factor of production applied is labor. India is producing 25 units of rubber and 50 units of textiles, whereas Malaysia produces 50 units of rubber and 25 units of textiles. In case of autarky, which means there is no trade, for that they have to be self-reliant by producing both the commodities. So India and Malaysia simultaneously produces both rubber and textiles. So the GDP of India and Malaysia will be 75. Then total global production we can see as 150. When trade happens, these countries can't produce both the commodities, so they have to specialize in a single commodity, that is either textiles or rubber. In India, they have to specialize in textiles instead of rubber because they can produce more unit of textiles than rubber. India has absolute advantage on textiles. In the case of Malaysia, they have to specialize in rubber instead of textiles because they produce more unit of rubber than textiles. Malaysia has absolute advantage on rubber. So, the rubber production in India becomes 0 and India produces textiles to 100 units. Whereas in case of Malaysia, the textile production becomes 0 and rubber production becomes 100. So, the GDP of India is 100 and Malaysia is also 100. So, the total global production increases up to 200. So, when trade happens, there will be flow of product from country to country, and also division of labor happens by specializing them in each sector. That's all about absolute advantage theory. Hope it's clear for everybody. Now drop your doubts on the comment section. Thank you.